Hey, what's going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Marvel Strike Force here on Saturday. I am a little bit hungover, so do bear with me if I sound or if I feel a little bit off than usual. That's why. But I've come here to talk about the event, the Superior ISO event that has gone live last night. And there was there was some crazy stuff. Like I did not think it was going in the direction of gold. Uh, but maybe I should have thought of it. We're golden web. Maybe I for some reason didn't think about this. Um, so the orbs are in the store. There's a lot of people that are unhappy because apparently when the event went live, which I was not at the game at that point because I was drinking, that only one of the orbs was actually available to open. And it was at the next store reset that they fixed it, that all the orbs became available. We're going to break down this event. We're going to break down why I think for the vast majority of players, this is a massive gold trap. And for those of you who are newer mid-game players, I would completely ignore this because it's so expensive to rank well, I think, that this is going to be a lot of gold that's going to take away from you building, or you collectively anyways, building characters and teams that you probably need to do. That's why I mean that this is really like an end game gold spending event. We're going to break all that down and more, though, so let's boil this down. Okay. Well, one thing that I said in my previous video is true. The 20,000 points that you get from Superior Spider-Man is dog shit. That is true. You get so much more points just from opening these gold orbs. Like, it's crazy. I just opened 2 for shits and giggles, and I got like 7 golden webs each, which got me about 14,000 points for 1.2 million. And the fact that like, I guess if you were unlocking Superior Spider-Man just because maybe a Cosmic Crucible or something, like, that's fine. But if you were doing it for the purposes of the points, it was basically meaningless. It was dog shit. And so I guess I'm glad, because then now I can save my power cores, I suppose, for the next leaderboard, which might actually be, not a gold-based event, where I can actually get value, I guess, event leaderboard value for my cores. It also means I can continue to hoard my campaign energy, which is great. I need to do like one of these refreshes because I need to hit the web milestone or whatever it is for that. So we're gonna do that. Now let's talk about these orbs, right? Because there's a few of them. The main one is going to be this golden web orb that's over here. But when the event first went live, it was just this golden ISO 8 orb. So I heard that people blew, millions and millions of gold on this orb because they thought that this was the only one available. At that time, you could only open this one, which had side pillar drops of a 10% for 10. The middle pillar had 5% for 30. So, and then I guess at some point, because I was drinking and I was also asleep. Actually, I eventually passed out, I suppose. And then I woke up and then I saw my Discord and I'm like, okay, and I logged into the game and I saw that this orb and the other orbs were available. So there's a total of 5 of them. So here's what I did. I went into, oh god, yeah, sorry for the blinding light. I went into my spreadsheet and I just plopped in the numbers for all 5 of the orbs and what their estimated value was for the golden webs. And the vast majority of them are 3.5. So the G20 orb, the shard or character shard orb, the purple ISO orb, 3.5 per 600,000 gold. That being said, these orbs do compete with what they're selling, right? So like the G20 orb, for example, like the center pillar is competing with G20 gear. So, you're going to get a chance of 5% for 30 of these, but realistically, you're also competing with some G20. And so I guess my point is that if you're only doing this for the golden webs, then it makes sense just to buy the golden web orb. And this is where the problem lies. So the golden web orb is about 7.8 per 600,000 gold. Estimated value, right? So this is the average. Like, it could be more, could be less, depending on your luck. And so what I wanted to do is, I guess, take this and divided it by 6. And that would give me, what happened there? Why is that's weird. Okay, my spreadsheet. This divided by 6 should have been, okay, 1.3. So this is per 100,000 gold. Now, what I wanted to do is say, what would it be if we spent 100 million gold. So it'd be taking this number. I don't know why can't I click on the cell I 43 times 100, right? So it would give us 130 webs, which then multiplied by and I hate this doing this, times 10 would be about, well, should be more than that. No, 10,000, right? 1,000. My bad. Hungover, which would be about 130,000 points for 100 million gold. I mean, that seems a bit. What was that? 1 million gold, 10 million gold per 10 million gold. Sorry, this is per 10 million gold here. So 130,000 points per 10 million gold, which means if I spent 100 million gold, I'd get about 1.3 million points. So I'm going to do things that you guys probably should not, right? I have a lot of gold. I have 615 million gold. But I want to put this into perspective for other players. If you have things that you should be upgrading, right? Characters, maybe you're a bit behind. This is something you should be doing and not the event. Just to put this into perspective, let's, I don't know, take a level 1. I have a bunch of level 1 accursed, right? So this costs 33 million to do this, to 105. And then about another, I don't know, I think it's like 40 something million, or low 40 million. It's like 42 million or something like this for a fully maxed out character. So a fully upgraded team would be somewhere in the realm of 200 million, right? 105 G19/20, something like this. And so that's a lot. And so thinking about dropping this for this event is tough, right? And what are you getting out of it? We talked about the ranking rewards yesterday, but it really depends on how much you're willing to push. Because in the top 4K 4500, like, this is only one character's worth of purple ISO 4. We talked about this yesterday, right, in yesterday's video. Now, if you're somehow able to get into like the top, I don't know, top 1500, right, that would be almost enough for 2 full characters to purple 5. Purple 5 worth of purple 4 ions, let's be clear, because you do need purple 4 ions in the purple 5 stage area for some reason. And that's a lot of potential gold. The other thing is, we don't know. It's a bit of a blind leaderboard because people could wait till the very end to spend their gold, and therefore, so it could be a trap for sure. But I mean, a lot of people could be waiting till the last minute to blow open their orbs, and therefore, the people who are currently ranked are not reflective of the current situation. One of my alliance members, or my alt alliance members, are up here. Are they still up here? Some Modas, yeah, over here, rank number 40, official Boilon alt alliance. So I mean, he clearly blew a lot of gold, but will he stay there? And I mean, he won't stay here at this position. But the question is, like, where will he end up? And I think a lot of us don't really know. And yes, that's the nature of leaderboard events. However, I think that because people could wait, because the only the points that you're actually gradually getting is these battle and raids, and the battle of raids in city. This is eventually going to cap out at 160k, right? So the rest of the points are just completely just like meaningless, right? Like he's at 2.1 million, 2.13 million. So that 160k is not even going to scratch the surface on some of these upper scores. So who should be actually do? Oh, also please don't buy offers on this event. The prices are ridiculous. 400,000 points. And I guess 10 of these orbs, so it's about 500,000 points for $100. Like, if you're going in on this event, just spend the damn gold. Your gold that you had hoarded. Don't spend dollars on this, because I think it's just super cracked out. Like, you could probably, on a regular leaderboard event that's not like this, you could probably spend 100. This would get you easily in like the top 1,000. But I don't think this will, because it's all related to gold now. So I'm just warning people who maybe regularly spend money on leaderboard events. This time around, I would not do this, because I think that it's just not going to have the value for you that you think it will, versus standard leaderboard events where dollars does make a bigger difference. It's not going to on this one. So here's what we're going to do for the last bit of the video. I am going to open some orbs. I probably shouldn't, and I do not recommend a lot of players to do this. Who should be opening, or who could be considering to open orbs, is going to be the people who have probably as much gold as I do. Where could I be putting this instead? Obviously, most likely my cursed, right? Because they're the only team that I don't really have built up lately, and I could stick about 120 million gold into them to getting them viable. I have a Zazel, so I need 4 more characters, right? So it's roughly about 120 million. Basically, the new characters in Juggernaut I would need to get to maxed out. A Hobgoblin I will be unlocking soon because I'm buying him in the antimatter store, where he became available, and so that'll be another 30 something million gold then. So I do want to maintain a certain amount of gold, right? That gives me enough to make sure that I can still upgrade. I am not upgrading, not touching Phantom Rider, leaving him at level 1. I don't care. I sort of talked about this in another video. I don't really care because he's like at max going to be like 4 yellow at the end of 3 months, and I don't care about this. So I'm not touching him, which allows me to recoup some gold there as well, and some T4s and all that. And so really it's just like Superior Spider-Man essentially coming up whenever he becomes available free to play, and I'm not going to be coring for him. So let's go into this. I want to say one more thing too before we open the orbs. I think this is actually leading to them potentially bringing gold gear tier 20 to the supply store. They're basically just liquidating everyone's gold, and there's got to be a bigger reason for this. Also, because we just recently had, you guys remember that Secret Warriors fuck up calendar where they gave out like, what was it, 40 million gold or something? I think this was a clear indication that they're trying to like recoup that back, like the free stuff that they gave us. That no, you're gonna need to use it on one of our Scopely events. So this is basically it, and I understand that I'm doing stuff that I probably shouldn't. But what did I say? We're gonna go for. I'm gonna start just to see if it actually lines up with my math. See if I get below or above average. I'm gonna do not that much. I'm gonna do. Let's start with 100. We'll do 60 million gold, and we'll maybe do it again. I just want to see how much we end up opening. Are you sure? 60 million gold, 100 orbs. Let's see what ends up happening. Oh Jesus! It's like taking a long time because it needs to think about my gold spending. Okay, let's let it think. Oh, it's per batch of 10. Oh, okay, I was reading this wrong. Oh my god, guys. Okay, maybe do I need to skip ahead? Is it going to go faster? Why is it not opening 100 at a time? Okay, we're going to pause really quick and we'll come back when it's finished. Okay, we're back and we got ourselves 800 golden webs. Okay, now based on the estimated value of the orb, I wanted to go back and I recalculated while I was offline here what I would get from 60 million gold, and it was about 780. So I did a little bit better than what the estimated value of the orb was, and so this should result in me getting about 800,000 points here. So we're gonna go back to the milestone, and we did. We're about 867,000 now. And we're well into the premium milestones. But this is not enough because I want to get that milestone 20. Why? I don't know. Maybe I just want to just do it because why the fuck not? I guess at this point. So where did that? I mean, again, it's not indicative because people could do this at the very last moment of the event. But just for shits and giggles, anyways, like I'm currently sitting at 283. Again, people could wait till literally Monday or it's 5 days. So I don't know, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday or something, and then can't think very well because I'm still a bit hungover. But Wednesday or Thursday, whenever this event ends, it would be Thursday, right? I guess Thursday because it started on Friday. It was a 6-day event, so I mean, people could wait till the very last day and rip open those orbs. I'm gonna do this one more time just because I'm curious. Again, we're gonna do another. I'm gonna be good, and I'm just gonna open 120 million gold. So we're gonna do another 60 million. Right, another 100 orbs, and then they're gonna do it the same way, right? So we're gonna have to come back, and they're doing 10 at a time. Yeah, okay. We're gonna come back and we're gonna see. This time around, am I gonna get 800 or am I gonna get less or more? We'll find out. All right, we're back, and we did a little bit worse. Actually, it's right on par with the math, 785, right? Because the estimate for 60 million gold would have been about 780, 781, but I don't know if you could have got that number. So we're basically right on the noggin here. And so that's going to give us to the final milestone. All milestones are complete. And actually, when I claim this, I guess I'll get a little bit of extra points because you get 10,000 points per diamond orb. So that should kick me up another 30,000 points for what it's worth. Anyways, there. And all of that stuff. The armory orbs, blah, 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 blah. 14 armory orbs. Yay, woo, for 120 million gold. 3 scorpion diamond orbs. 3 superior Spider-Man orbs, 500 dark promo credits, and some dark diamond credits I don't need. Like all this stuff that I don't really need. right now. And that kicked me up an extra 30,000, and that's going to bring me up to a little bit above this, I guess, because I should be more like, there we go, 73. Right? How long this lasts, who the hell knows? I just wanted to do this for the science. I did it so you guys don't have to, right? And again, I just want to reiterate that the people that I recommend doing this at all would be people who are literally up to date on everything in their roster. But for everyone else, this is super dangerous because this is gold that you're probably going to need to level up your characters, to level up your teams, to make sure everything's up to date, whether it's your raid characters or whatever. And if you're behind, this is absolutely not the event for you. This is a massive, massive, massive trap for all ranges of players, and I just want to make that one very clear. There's probably a reason as well, right? I want to be, I want to think that there's a reason why Scopely's trying to liquidate our gold, because there's going to be something else that comes around the corner, possibly that's going to require gold or whatnot. The only positive from all of this is probably the fact that if you spend all this gold, you're no longer going to have a training module crunch. If you ever had a training mod crunch, it's probably not going to happen, because that balance between gold and training modules is going to it's going to change, right? You're going to have less gold now if you participate in this event, and therefore you'll have time, I guess, for your training mods to recoup, because you won't be upgrading any characters. That's, I guess, the upside to spending your gold on this event. I'll be tracking this over the week. We'll see like how this changes, right? I mean, I don't think I'm going to put more gold into this personally. I literally just blew 120 million gold, which is equivalent to me upgrading the rest of my accursed to max level, right? I need 4 characters because I have Azazel, and that was roughly about getting the rest of them to 105. That's literally what I just did for this event. What am I going to end with? Nobody knows, because it's a bit blind. But, you know, hey, maybe we'll do an update later on in the week and see where I am at. Otherwise, I want to wish everyone a good rest of the weekend. Let me know what your thoughts are about this event. Did you go in on this? Also, let me know if you got trapped early on in the first 8 hours. You know, if you were some of those people who bought that purple ISO orb that I talked about, because that was the only one available. Like, if you ended up, and how much did you spend on that? Please let me know. I'd be very curious in the comments down below. That's going to be it for now, everyone, and I'll see you guys all on the next video. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.